Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you and teaching you how to reset your car if you have any fault codes or your car is running rough. Now this will apply for all cars, and this will even apply if you've got a transmission problem. If you have a transmission problem and you feel that the transmission is acting up or slipping, or not changing gears quick enough, or your car is actually running rough, you've got a very funny idle or any kind of check engine light, this video will relate to you. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can reset your car and make it feel like brand new all over again. I'm first going to show you on the 6 Series how it's running. We'll do the reset, and then what we'll do is I'll show you after how the reset has changed the way this car then behaves, so you guys get to see that this method does actually work. Okay guys, so you can see here already, I'm just about to start up the 6 Series. So you guys will get to see exactly what I mean by the idle. You'll be able to see it bouncing all over the place. And then when we do the reset, you're going to see exactly what happens. So I'll just start it up and you'll watch the idle. You can probably hear the engine running as well. It's all over the place. You can possibly just see the idle there, where the idle is just not balancing out. It's running quite rough as well, which you can feel underneath my foot. Probably just hear the engine the way it's running, which doesn't sound too good. So you can see this running quite rough. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is turn the engine off, and I'm going to show you how we correct that. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is disconnect the battery cables, just like this. We'll just disconnect that one. Then you're going to pull that flap up, disconnect this one as well. You have to make sure they stay away from the battery at all times, because if they go back onto the battery, this will not work. So we're just going to put that like this for now. We're going to try and stun that under here somewhere to try and hold it out of the way, along with the ground one. And I'm going to show you how you can make that happen. So what I've got here is a pair of jump leads. Now, many people are going to ask me why I'm using these, but I'm going to show you why. So we'll connect the jump leads right there, and we'll connect the jump lead to this one as well. Now you just want to make sure that obviously you don't end up touching the battery by any means, and you want to leave it connected like this. Now you want to make sure obviously the jump leads do not touch the battery terminals, because obviously you've got a ground to a positive, and that won't be good. You just keep it out of the way, and you want to hold them here for at least 10 seconds. Now, once this is done, you want to put your battery terminals back on, but you want to leave it disconnected like this. And what this is going to do is de-energize all the power from obviously all the chipsets on the module and refresh them. So if you don't have a scan tool, all you're basically doing is resetting the adaptions here and clearing any codes and making the car run like new again. This is what you're basically doing, and all the time this has worked for me. Every time I want to refresh the car, make it drive like new, feel like it's got a lot of power, the transmission's acting up, and I want the transmission to run and drive like brand new, this is the way to do it, because the transmission runs like you would never believe, and so does the engine. The engine idle is like a purist once this is done, and also the engine just is so smooth and there's no lag on power or nothing. So if you do want to try this method, it will work. This is the way I'm doing it. If your cables are too short, you just get jumper leads and connect them onto each other just like this, because this is doing the exact same thing as you would by touching the cables. You're just using jumper cables to make the lead longer. That's all you're basically doing. And then once you've done that, you're going to want to take off your jumper cables just like this. Then you're going to want to reconnect the ground first. Then you're going to want to reconnect your positive cable just like that. Always make sure to reconnect the ground first. Then you're going to want to tighten down your battery. Make sure it can't move, just like that. And then that one here. Then we'll put this back here where it goes. And we'll take that jumper cable out the way. And once you've done that, we'll now go back to the car, so you get to see how the car now starts up and runs. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is now start up the car. So we're just going to put the key in the ignition, and you can see there we got the battery drain light. That's because I've had the charger connected to it. Now we're just going to click the start button, And you'll see now how much more smoother the engine idle is, along with everything else after the reset. Now I'm expecting the idle to drop down to anywhere between 600 RPM. That's where this car should be sitting. Well, we'll wait and see. It does take a while to warm up, and it's coming down now perfectly. Much nicer. The idle's starting to come down, and you'll see in a minute how perfectly balanced the idle will be once this completes. Gotta remember, we've just reset everything, so it will take a while. It's taking longer than it should, purely because everything's been reset now. It's coming down slowly but surely. And you can see right there, there's where our idle now sits, at 600 RPM. And look how much more better that idles now. That's literally a perfect idle. And it's not running rough, it's running very, very smooth, the way it should be. And the transmission is gonna run perfectly after doing this as well. You can see now I've just got to reset my clock and everything else on the car. But apart from that, you get to see here how perfect the idle is, sitting at literally, you know, 550 RPM, 600 RPM, give or take, but it's balanced out perfectly. Okay guys, so there you have it. I've now shown you how to reset your car for free if you have any fault codes or you're having any problems with your car. As I said, this does apply for all cars. This will even work for your transmission. Even if your transmission's acting up, you know, it's not changing gears, as I said to you, it's acting funny, doing this reset will stop all that and reset your transmission and put it back to the way it was. This method does work. You did see me do it on my BMW. If there was anything to go wrong, it would have gone wrong on one of these cars, surely to God, more than any other kind of cars that don't have the kind of system that BMW does. So when you see me do it on a BMW, you can be sure it's safe to do on your other cars. So thank you very much for watching, guys. And I know this method will help many of you out there like the previous videos did. Thank you very much for watching. It's BMW Dr. Dean here, and goodbye.